it's Friday!
Yay!
I feel like the show we just had was like 9 hours long.
Yeah, it was grueling.
It's one of those days, right? It's very funny. There's some days where time just comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
And like 7 o'clock feels like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But just think, guys, if it felt long for us, how long must it have felt for our listeners?
No, but
Sorry,
it was. I thought it was a fun show. It's just,
Yeah.
it was just really long for some
Yeah,
strange
and it's
reason.
funny because we were actually having really good fun
Yeah.
on the
It's
show
like we entered
today.
some weird kind of time warp or something.
We really did. But one of the more fun segments we had today.
Yeah, we talked about like mispronunciation. Like,
Yeah.
you know, everybody does that, right?
Yeah.
Even for radio DJs, trust me, we mispronounce more than most people. But do you correct them? And how do you correct
Yes.
them? And what's the best way, right?
What's
Yes.
the etiquette to,
That's
you know,
right.
address the issue, right? Jason, what do you usually do?
I usually just tell them to their face, like, come
While
right
you
out
look
and
down
say
on
it.
them?
All the
or-
time.
No,
All the
because
time.
here's the thing to me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's no big deal.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of words that I mispronounce.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's got blind spots. I don't care. Even if you're like an 80-year-old college professor, I'm telling you, there's some words that guy doesn't know because
Yeah.
there's just so many words.
There's just too many words.
Yeah.
So if somebody gets it wrong, I'm like, it's this, you know?
Right.
And I try not to make too big a deal of it.
But usually you only tell your friend.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I mean, there's no point telling a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obnoxious.
And there's some people I feel like it's okay if you're just correcting them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, hey, it's done this way. But often there are some people who correct you just to
Feel superior.
big themselves up, you know,
Yeah,
just to
it's
feel
like-
superior. And those are annoying.
Like people with an inferiority complex.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they power trip over the fact that they know one word more than
More
you.
than you, yeah. So I once
You guys
had...
sound a little defensive, I have to say.
No, I once had a listener, honestly, right? Yeah. Yeah, pronounce it properly.
Yeah,
Well, I ever
pronounce.
had a call from a listener once, long time ago, right?
Yeah.
And he called me, and he said, like, I just wanted to tell you, actually it was more like, I just want to tell you that you mispronounced one. It's not like one, it's like one, like O-N-E. You
Right.
won a prize.
Right.
I'm like, okay, thank you very much, bye.
That's
Oni.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I just say though that when I was in the army, I had this warrant officer, and clearly this guy, you know, was not the most educated of people. You know, was probably a poly dropout or something in his time, but
Not
he-
secondary dropout, but poly dropout.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just guessing, you know, from his age and his. But the way that he held the audience when he was addressing the entire crowd of army guys was just the most captivating I've ever seen anyone,
Yeah.
you know, present. And he didn't need to pronounce everything like
Yep.
Correctly.
accurately or
Yeah.
he was just such an effective communicator
Yeah.
that it made me realize, okay, it's you know, it's outside of the point.
It's what you're saying,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
also, you know, how sincere you are,
Yes.
where it's coming from,
Yeah.
right? I
That's right.
absolutely believe that.
I agree.
Yeah, so before we wrap it up,
I'm
and
very
before
tired.
This,
I'm
this
sorry.
starts
I'm very
feeling
tired.
a little
I'm very
too
lunch.
long as well, you know what I mean? This weekend, if you're planning to catch a couple of movies, what would you recommend?
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, for sure. It's one of my favorite movies
Not
I've ever
Hobbs
seen.
and Shaw, come on.
Now, if it had been Calvin and Hobbs and Shaw, that would be an awesome
watch
movie.
that.
You know, Calvin and Hobbs,
Yeah.
a boy and a stuffed tiger, and
Yeah.
Jason Statham having adventures around the
And
neighborhood.
Snoopy would swoop in.
Yes, living in a world of imagination. That would be an awesome movie.
Sorry about really choking. Keep going.
So not
Bye,
Hobbs
Maddie.
and Shaw by Maddy, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'm sorry, look at the time. I'm gonna.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I just don't care. I'll talk about this movie all day. Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, they play a fading actor and his assistant in 1960s Hollywood. He's trying to keep his career alive. And meanwhile, Margot Robbie is flitting around the city like a beautiful butterfly.
Margot
Hey, I'm
Robbie.
trying to talk here.
Margot Robbie.
Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place.